My name is Knobloch, and this is my 2019 senior thesis. I started my high school career at Chaparral High School in Parker, Colorado. Starting freshman year at high school made me nervous because this was considered the big kid school and where everything mattered. One thing that I wasn't nervous about was continuing baseball that I've been playing for my entire life. My friends and I tried out for the baseball team, and we ended up making the freshman team. Chaparral High School didn't last too long for me, though. My mom ended up getting a new boyfriend that lived near Chatfield Senior High School. They made the decision that they were going to move in together, and they were going to move into the house near Chatfield Senior High School. This meant that I'd be going to a totally different school just days after starting Chaparral and making the baseball team. This made me more nervous than starting somewhere where I knew and had more friends. The first semester of freshman year at Chatfield, I didn't really know how to make new friends because I've never had to do that before. I've never switched schools like this. Not knowing anyone, I decided that I wasn't going to play baseball here at Chatfield. That first semester was my best grade-wise because I was studying and doing homework instead of doing things with friends, like sporting events. Two of my first friends that I made here at Chatfield were Deontay Wright and Nick DiNapoli, who I'm still friends with to this day. Having these guys made me feel more comfortable and confident at school and social-wise. One of the first things that we did together was go to a varsity basketball game. It was really fun, and I made the decision that I would like to attend as many more games as possible during my time at high school. I was kind of sad that I didn't get to go to any of the football games because they were the best, but there's always the next 3 years for those. Back to school, I finished off freshman year extremely well, and my mom told me to start off strong, so when I started slacking off in senior year, it would cover for it. I told her that I wasn't going to slack off, and I was going to try my hardest for the next 3 years of high school. I was happy that freshman year was over, and no more getting picked on by the upperclassmen. The start of sophomore year didn't really feel like much. It just felt like another regular school year again, but a little harder. One thing that I did enjoy was making fun of the freshmen, even though I was a freshman like not even 2 months ago. I had new classes, and I was starting to get more friends. Sophomore year is also where I met a very influential person and teacher, Mr. White. Every day I would talk to Mr. White when I was having a bad day. He would make me feel better. We would mostly talk about baseball stuff because that is what we had in common the most. This was one of the best teachers I had during high school. I remember one thing that he said to me vividly during my sophomore year. He told me that if I just focus as much as I can, getting good grades and passing classes will come easily. Again, sophomore year was just another year of school and my grades stayed average. I was happy that I was able to put 2 years of high school behind me, but I was also getting a little tired knowing that I still had 2 years to go. During that summer, I got my first job and license. With these on my plate, I was beginning to have more and more responsibilities. I had to start paying for things like phone, gas, and insurance for my car. But this also meant that I had spending money and a car to get somewhere to do things with friends. That summer ended, and junior year rolled around, and senioritis was already starting to hit me, and I wasn't even a senior yet. Junior year is also the year that you have to start trying hard and decide what you want to do for the rest of your life. I didn't have a clue what I wanted to do, and every time the counselors came in, I wouldn't take this seriously. They would tell us to do career matches and tests to see what jobs we were interested in and doing for the rest of our life. I just wasn't into it because I still had another 1.5 to 2 years in high school to make those decisions. Little did I know the end of high school was approaching fast, and I wish I had really worked and listened and did what the counselors were asking us to do seriously. Junior year was a struggle for me, school-wise, and it is known to be one of the hardest years in high school, but I couldn't use that as an excuse to slack off. A lot of stress happened in junior year with trying to do well in the SAT, get good grades, and having a part-time job. Doing all those at the same time made me better at dealing with the stress. With being able to handle a little bit more stress, it made it easier for the next and final year of high school. Senior year was finally here. Starting this year was really fun and really scary at the same time. Only one more year and I'm done with required school. I decided that I was going to try and keep my GPA right where it was so I'd be able to get into the colleges that I wanted to. I was aiming to get in and get accepted to either MSU Denver or Western Colorado University. Filling out the college applications for those schools was weird for me. I remember walking through the halls during freshman orientation like it was yesterday. Just a couple of weeks later, I got mail from both schools stating that I was accepted. I was happy that I now had the choice of continuing my education and working towards a great career. I was looking to aim for a bachelor's degree in computer science and see where that would take me. Maybe a job in cybersecurity is what I was hoping for. I still had to keep my grades up and at least try in school to keep the choice of going to Metro or Western. I ended up making the final decision of going to Metro. A couple of my friends were also accepted to Metro and were planning to go there as well. Senioritis has already started to kick in majorly during these past couple weeks of school. I need to keep the mindset that I only have to try for another 2 weeks or so and then I'm done with school. High school went by extremely fast and I'm going to miss it a little bit. I'm going to miss not having as much responsibilities as I'm going to have in just a couple years from now. I'm also going to miss seeing my friends every day. The people that I met during my high school career, has shaped and turned me into the person I am today. This is the end of my senior thesis, and thank you for listening.